If you're looking to find off-market deals and you're relying on Rightmove or Zoopla for your next deal, I've got bad news, they're already gone. But what if I told you there's a way to find off-market commercial and residential deals before they hit the open market, sometimes direct to vendor or direct to the probate solicitor who's handling them. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I use Estates Gazette, Facebook and my email system to find opportunities that have no competition, no fees. By the end of the video, you should have a strategy that I've used to find sites with hundreds of thousands of pounds before anybody else even gets to see them. Most investors complain that all the good deals are gone. They're not, they're just hidden. And yeah, I get it. People say off-market sounds like a myth or something reserved for insiders. But this method doesn't require expensive software, fancy tools, or 10 years worth of work. It just needs a bit of graft, the right filters, and knowing where to look. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to go to Wills and Probate Notice on this website. So I'll send you a link to this. Put that in the description. And you'll get this page in front of you. Look how many notices, wills and probate notices there are. So these are the deaths that have happened in the UK and, or not necessarily in the UK, but those that have lived in the UK or have assets in the UK in which they need to go through the probate process. So there's a search and filter box on the left-hand side here. You can search any one of these things. I typically like to search using my local authority, which will be Cardiff Council, and probably increase this to a 10-mile radius. We're still going to get a hell of a lot of results here, so there's a little bit of work to go through. Yeah, 2,700 results. We can sort this by the latest. You can sort by the oldest as well and look at those if there's assets that are still sat in probate that haven't been processed yet. But it'll give you a whole list of people that have unfortunately passed away. Their assets will need to be sold. They will go through probate. They may have family, they may not, but it's likely that if they have residential assets that they lived in or even let out in their personal name or owned in their personal name, then they will be looking to sell those. So let's look at the top one. You can kind of work your way through the list if you want to get through a handful of them. This is the last address of the deceased, so you can copy those details and have a look at the property, see if it's something that you'd be interested in or an area in which you'd like to buy. But the important part here is the details of the executor of the administrator. So Athena Probate Limited are the company. We'll copy that. We'll copy their details into Google, find out exactly who they are, and then go to their Contact Us section and reach out to them about this property. So you can say that you're interested in purchasing it, you understand it's not gone through probate and you don't have a recourse to the estate, but you are able to purchase, you're a cash purchaser or you've got bridging finance, and you can move nice and efficiently, and it'll save them the effort of marketing too. So reach out to them there. You can do it on the phone is always the best if you can get through to somebody. If not, you can send them an email with the same sort of text. And yeah, work your way through the list. You know, there's going to be, like I said, 2,700 probate notices just in Cardiff where I am. You can work your way through this list and you are almost certainly going to get some replies and hopefully get some leads, which means deals. That's the long and short of it. In fact, actually, we've got a little bit of time, so let's do one. Let's get into it. I'll show you one. And we can do a Gazette search and contact the relevant people. Okay, let's find something that I'm interested in at the moment. So it's often worth noticing that if any of these people have passed away in a nursing home, there's a chance that they don't have an asset. It's worth clicking into it and having a look, but they may have sold off their asset previously before going into the nursing home or to pay for their nursing home fees. So a little note there. Romley Road would be nice. It's a flat in Romley Road. Don't know what the lease is on it. So the executor is M&B Solicitors. I know those guys. Find their details on Google. All solicitors will have a contact us page. Fancy book collection. So if it's not obvious, you can usually scroll to the bottom and find an about us or contact us section. Here's the team, which is good to know. You can sometimes you can sometimes see within this who. So sometimes it'll say so-and-so, maybe Joe Maria is dealing with the case, and then you can email FAO for the attention of Joe Maria. So there's another little value add there. But let's, oh yeah, there's the contact thing. Their page, they need some help with their website. If anybody's watching this and can help them, reach out. So that's the email we're going to email. Okay, so we can paste in some text here about what we're looking for. We can send them a link to the, a link to the notice, and we can make sure that our details are in here, which I'm not going to put in for you guys to see. We can now send that, and so estate of Peter. So we can then send that and see if we get a response from the administrators, and hopefully get a deal. I used this exact process to buy a building in Cardiff a few years ago. It was an old probate property withdrawn from auction last minute. I found the family through a solicitor. I reached out to them on Facebook, found them within 3 weeks. And we agreed a price that was £40,000 below the auction guide, and it actually netted me £60,000 of profit on the back end. So really, really good deal. I did zero work. I had no competition and no fees for agent or anybody. It was just patience, a little bit of work, and reaching out to people in a way that didn't feel like spam. So you can keep scrolling Rightmove like everybody else, or you can learn to hunt properly. The difference, the hunters get the real deals, the others get sold to. Right now, distressed vendors and probate estates are trying to quietly offload properties they don't want. They don't want 30 people walking through the house. They want discretion and a fair, efficient buyer. If that can be you, you can win here. If you want help finding these sorts of deals, or you want to shortcut the learning curve and work with me directly, check the link below and join my one-to-one consulting program. Also find me on Instagram and drop me a message saying off market. So you don't need more listings, you just need a better strategy. You need to use this approach once and you'll never rely on estate agents again. Subscribe if you want to see more outreach deals like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.